So here you can move up to the middle of the intersection. Just be careful, don't go yet. How do you think you went? What do you reckon?
I think all of like the bad habits that my parents get angry at me for kind of came out because I was a bit nervous because I was like, I have to think this is really tough. So I
What
kind of
habits?
I went around corners.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This mock driving test video is the first one for the channel in 2023, and the learner driver doing the mock test is Claire. She will drive around the Toowong area as that's the center where she is doing her actual driving test. She will use her own car for the mock test. If any of you guys is interested in doing one of these free mock driving tests for the YouTube channel and you are doing your driving test somewhere in or near Brisbane, you can get in touch with us either on Instagram, Signal Driving School Australia, or send us a message on our website signaldrivingschool.com.au/mock test. We have limited spots and will choose people randomly. Even if you've never driven a car before or you are a returning driver and would like to feature on our YouTube channel, you can get in touch with us as well. If you are new to the channel, consider subscribing so that you don't miss out on future driving related videos. Let's get into the mock test.
So do you have any questions before we start? When we're driving down the road and I'm not giving you any directions, follow the road, because you might need to look out for road signs, you might need to look out for road markings, okay? And usually the test has about 3 components. So you've got your pre-test questions where your examiner asks you things about the car, and then the majority of the time you are actually driving, and they usually ask you about 2 maneuvers.
Okay. What, sorry?
Two maneuvers.
Okay.
Okay. So today we're also gonna do about 2 or 3 maneuvers. Okay. If you don't understand anything about directions, you can ask me. But anything else that is related to like driving, you need to try and figure it out yourself. Of course, if I feel like, okay, this is not safe, I'll have to intervene. Okay?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Can you show me how you would turn on your headlights and high beams?
At the start of the mock test, I asked Claire some pre-test questions and she answered them correctly.
So headlights like that. Hold it. High beams. I think. Oh, maybe I've adjusted that. Oh, okay, sorry. Headlights.
Okay, alright, that's fine. How do we demist the front and the rear windscreen?
So front is this one,
Yep.
and rear is that one.
Alright, that's fine. And then headlights and high beams. Sorry, what it has. Hazard lights.
This one.
Yeah, that's the one I wanted to ask you. Okay. Whenever you're ready, you can move off. We're gonna follow the road straight ahead.
Claire moves off very well, carries out necessary observations, and also uses the correct signal. Claire leaves a safe gap between our vehicle and parked vehicles. At the end of the street, there is a sign which shows that we have to turn left. Claire recognizes this and turns left. She also does well to not rush the turn as it's a little bit hard to see.
Which lane do you want me to move into?
Whichever one.
Good stopping distance from the front vehicle.
At the next set of traffic lights, take the slip lane on the left.
I asked Claire to take the next left at the slip lane, and she does a good left turn.
This one?
Yep.
Any particular lane?
So you just do whatever you need to do. Whichever lane you want to do it, that's up to you.
Okay.
Good stopping distance from the front vehicle. I asked Claire to change to the left lane, and she does a good lane change.
When safe to do so, change to the left lane. And then at the traffic lights, turn left.
This it?
Yep, at this set of traffic lights.
At this set of traffic lights, Claire does a good left turn. Good reaction to this pedestrian crossing the road.
At the roundabout, make a U-turn.
I asked Claire to make a U-turn at the roundabout, and she does a good U-turn.
Navigate you to pull over somewhere on the left. So maybe behind the white car.
Claire parks very well next to the curb.
You can put the car in park. By the way, when you do your driving test, this is actually where you're gonna come.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes if you're parking here, you just park here, or you can park downstairs.
Okay, sure.
Alright, we're gonna move off when you
I asked Claire to move off, and she moves off very well by carrying out observations and using the correct indicator.
At the traffic lights, turn left.
At this set of traffic lights, Claire does a good left turn.
So turn left, the next set of traffic lights, turn right.
Sure.
Good lane choice in preparation for a right turn. At this set of traffic lights, Claire makes two driving errors. One is non-critical and another one is a critical driving error. When waiting to turn right at the traffic lights and the red arrow disappears, we are supposed to move to the middle of the intersection and turn when safe to do so. Claire does not move to the middle of the intersection, which is a non-critical driving error. While waiting, there is a safe gap, but Claire hesitates and does not turn. The traffic behind grow impatient and start beeping horns. Unfortunately, the traffic lights goes to red. On the next cycle, I had to intervene.
So here you can move up to the middle of the intersection. Just be careful, don't go yet.
Good speed management on this road.
Road on your right.
Claire does well to give way to this oncoming vehicle and does a good right turn.
Then we're gonna go right on that road. Turn right.
Oh, this one.
Again, Claire does a good right turn.
At the end of this road, make a U-turn. So at the end of the road, make a U-turn.
I asked Claire to make a U-turn at the T intersection, but she does not know how to do a T intersection U-turn. I had to help her out.
Is it safe to make a U-turn?
At the T intersection.
As in, could just go around?
You know how to do a T intersection U-turn?
No, just turn around.
Okay, I'll walk you through it. So you use the right indicator, and then look both ways, and then you're gonna have to drive straight to the other side of the road.
Okay.
Keep indicating,
And
then turn. And then you need to stop for the truck.
Yeah.
So completely stop. Keep indicating. If there's no one coming, you can. You didn't see that car?
Oh, well, it was behind me.
Okay. Alright. At the end of the road, turn right.
I asked Claire to turn right at the end of the road and she does a good right turn.
first street on your right.
So,
Yeah.
Again, Claire does a good right turn. Good speed management on this road.
At the roundabout, continue straight, second exit.
I ask Claire to continue straight at this roundabout, and she uses the correct lane when entering the roundabout. Her only driving error is that she does not enter the roundabout when safe to do so. Also, Claire uses the correct indicator when exiting the roundabout. While driving on this road, Claire manages the speed well.
Roundabout coming up, turn right, fourth exit. So at the roundabout, turn right, take the fourth exit.
so Greenwood or Toowong Milton.
Yep.
At this roundabout, I ask Claire to take the fourth exit. She uses the correct lane, correct indicator when entering, and also correct indicator when leaving the roundabout. Good speed management on this road.
Then I'm gonna get you to take the first road on your left. This road here.
Good left turn.
You can go to the end of this road, this street here, and make a U-turn.
When making a U-turn at a no-through road, we have to use a right indicator before starting the U-turn. Claire does not indicate. Also, Claire makes another non-critical driving error because she uses one hand when turning the steering wheel more than a half of a turn. I ask Claire to pull over on the left and she stops too far from the curb.
Do you want me to put it into park?
Okay, so whenever you're ready, you can reverse the car in a straight line.
Sure.
Before starting a straight line reverse, we have to check our mirrors and blind spots. Claire does not check the right hand side blind spot, which is a non-critical driving error. She ends up doing a good reversing exercise.
Right out. Move off when you're ready.
Claire moves off very well, carries out observations, and also uses the correct indicator when leaving the curb.
Which way?
Turn left.
Good left turn. Good speed management on this road.
At the next intersection, turn right.
At the stop sign?
Yeah, at this intersection.
I ask Claire to turn right at the crossroad and she does a good right turn.
At the end of the road, turn left.
At this crossroad, Claire does a good left turn. good speed management on this road.
The next set of traffic lights, turn right.
Good stopping distance from the front car. At this set of traffic lights, Claire does a good right turn. When merging to the right, Claire indicates, checks the mirror, but does not check the blind spot. This is an uncritical driving error. At this roundabout, Claire carries out good observations and also uses the correct indicator when leaving the roundabout.
Then take the first road on your left.
Good observations before turning left.
At the traffic lights, turn right.
When coming to a stop, it's important that we check our rear view mirror so that we know what's going on behind us. Claire does not check, which is a non-critical driving error. When the traffic light goes to green and we are the first car, we have to check both sides when passing through. Claire does not check, which is a non-critical driving error. on this road.
When safe to do so, change to the left lane.
I ask Claire to change to the left lane and she does a good lane change. Again, Claire does not check the rear view mirror when coming to a stop. This mistake is usually marked once during the driving test. I ask Claire to turn left at the slip lane and she does a good left turn.
And when safe to do so, change to the right lane.
I ask Claire to change to the right lane and she checks the mirrors, indicates but does not do a blind spot check. This is an uncritical driving error. At this intersection, Claire does well to give way to oncoming traffic and does a good right turn. Well done leaving a safe gap between our vehicle and parked vehicles.
Is this one way?
Claire kind of like gets confused here and asks me if this was a one-way. I couldn't be of any help since this was a mock driving test. She makes a good decision to stop though.
I don't know if I'll help you out because you are on the mock test.
I don't think it would be, would it?
Sorry?
It wouldn't be one way here, would it?
It's a one car only can go through here. Alright, you did the right thing now to stop.
Again, Claire does well to leave a safe gap between our vehicle and parked
Can I
vehicles.
get you to pull on the left?
I asked Claire to pull over on the left and she pulls over very well.
The last thing I'm gonna get you to do is to turn around the car when you're ready.
Sure.
Before starting a 3-point turn, Claire does well to check the mirrors, indicate, and also to check the blind spot. Again, Claire uses one hand when turning the steering wheel more than a half of a turn. This is an uncritical driving error. When exiting the 3-point turn, Claire indicates check the left hand side but does not check the right hand side. This is an uncritical driving error.
Okay, so we're gonna find a place to park and then we'll talk about it.
Sure. Should we go left?
Yeah, you could go left and see if we can find a place.
Down here.
Maybe keep going
Yeah.
because you've already passed it. Alright, keep going straight is okay. Don't worry.
Okay,
Just
sure.
don't worry about it. It's fine.
We've come to the end of this mock test and it's now time for feedback.
So if you just want to stop and you see the space here, you just stop on the left here.
In front of the trolleys?
Yes. Yeah, about there.
Cool.
Just give me a second.
Sure.
How do you think you went? What do you reckon?
I think all of like the bad habits that my parents get angry at me for kind of came out because I was a bit nervous because I was like, I have to think this is a real disaster. So I
What
kind of
habits are there?
around corners. I got like quite hesitant at the intersections and the roundabouts. I think because I was a little bit nervous, I kind of wasn't planning and like interpreting as I usually can, because usually I'm fine with roundabouts and big intersections. But I was quite uncertain because I was like, I want the instructor to think that I'm hesitant, not risky. So I'd rather not go than go when, you know? So then I just didn't go at all. Which was a mistake.
So you know, like with the test, you've got they mark it. There's non-critical errors and then critical errors. Okay. Do you think you made any critical errors?
I don't think I nearly had an accident. I think some of it was a little bit sloppy. I don't think I made any critical errors.
Okay.
Do you?
Yeah. So let me just finish
Okay.
writing. Just.
Like, we never nearly had an accident. Is that what you mean by critical?
Critical, anything dangerous or serious or holding up traffic. Or
I mean, I was
maybe-
holding up traffic, but like...
Okay. Now, we actually do have a critical errors.
Okay.
You drove actually very well. Like most of the time, like the driving was pretty good. But there is some specific things you need to know as a driver. You have to remember. You have to keep traffic moving.
Yeah.
Okay. So the critical error is at that traffic lights near the test center. Okay.
Yeah.
So when we are the first car, has anyone ever told you this? If you are the first car, you are supposed to look at the traffic lights. There is a green arrow, green light for people going straight and turning left, and then there is a red arrow for people going right. 5 seconds later, the arrow disappears.
Yeah.
So when you are the first car in the queue, you are supposed to start moving to the middle of the intersection and give way to oncoming traffic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you know you need to do that?
Sometimes my dad tells me to move into the intersection, but like...
Yeah, so actually you have to actually do it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So you move to like tell everyone I want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Because did you see what happened is the youth guy behind you. He actually had to beep the horn a few times. He was actually telling you, hey, can you move up so that you go? Because if you had been in the middle, actually, there was a few kind of like safe gap which you could have taken.
Yeah.
Because cars were still up on top of the hills, but because you are sitting behind the line,
You can't get it.
it's gonna be a while to move to the middle. Okay. So when you're waiting there, it's a non-critical error, it's a minor mistake.
Okay.
But obviously, because the light went to amber and it changed to red and we are there, and then the next cycle came on, and then I had to tell you to move forward.
Sure.
But the moment that if you are on your test and an examiner tell you to do something, that's actually a critical error.
Okay, good to know. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Thank you.
Just be mindful of that traffic lights. Maybe another critical error will be your T intersection U-turn.
Yeah, I don't know.
You've never done that before? Okay. Yeah, so you need to practice your U-turns.
Yes.
There is that one T intersection. There is another one you can do at the T intersection as well, but from a different side.
Okay, should I go on YouTube and have a look?
Yeah, you can do YouTube, or you can probably maybe ask your parents most how to do it.
Some of my parents don't quite know everything because they've never done a test in Australia, so some of the things they kind of don't.
Maybe you can, you might have to do that YouTube, or you might have to book a lesson actually for that. So anything with your other instructor, that's fine. Otherwise, the minor mistake, let's go through this quickly and then we're gonna drive back to your place. You need to know how to turn on the headlights properly.
The thing was, which I didn't realize, we've got like an auto and then a turn them on.
Oh, okay.
And I forgot that would get to.
Yeah. So you manually have to turn them on, and then now you can have it on auto, but you need to also know how to manually turn it on.
Yeah.
Okay. Traffic lights with no arrow, so we talked about this, so it does not move to the middle of the intersection. The intersection U-turn, we talked about that. Toowong roundabout.
There were so many times I could have gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So that's why I marked you down for that. I mean, you played it safe, which is a minor mistake in your test, because there's kind of like two extremes. There's people who come there and they just want to go in when it's actually not safe to do so, which is immediate fail. And then you have people who come there and sit there for a very long time. So you come there, I mean, if you miss one chance, it's okay, but you kind of miss two chances, which is why but it's still a minor mistake. It was quite busy, so just still be careful on that roundabout.
Sure.
Pulling over, you were far from the curb one time.
Yeah, so when the instructor asks you to pull up, you have to properly, not just be like, you have to properly pull in.
Yeah, you have to be closer to the curb. Like now, if I open my door, this is actually very good.
Yeah.
But the other one, did you see the other one before we do the straight reverse?
Sorry.
Very far from the curb. Straight reverse. So when you did a straight reverse, you need to shoulder check to the right first before you start.
Oh, so you go check and then round?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you missed the shoulder check to the right. Yeah.
Okay.
But you did well to look back behind, and the straight reverse was reasonably good actually. I was happy with it. Right turn position before.
As in like when you're, like if we were on a road like now to be closer in?
Yeah, so at the stop sign we came and we were turning right. We were turning right at the intersection
at Rosalie.
Yeah, Rosalie.
Yeah.
And then you were like here, turning right, leaving all this space.
Yeah, I think what had happened was I was like a little bit, I kind of put myself in the wrong place because there were the kids there. Okay. And then I was like too far over that way and then I forgot to get back over.
Yeah, alright, okay. Yeah, so that's a minor mistake for that. Does not check rear view mirror when braking. So whenever you're braking, you need to try and use that mirror a bit more. Does not scan through traffic lights when passing through.
Oh yeah.
When we were like in Milton, near Milton there, we went right at the traffic lights, and then you were the first car. If you are the first car and you're going through traffic lights, don't just see a green and go, because someone could be running a red light.
That's another thing my dad tells me to do.
Yeah. 3.10 observations. you did actually a very good 3.10.
Okay, thank you.
But when you went forward, you stopped, you look left, you look right, you look behind, which is what you're supposed to do. And then you reversed back, and then you stopped, and then you indicated, and then you looked left. No, you looked right, but you didn't look left.
Okay, yeah.
So you need to look left again. Yeah, so a minor mistake for that as well. And then maybe indicating when you're doing a U-turn at the cul-de-sac. At the cul-de-sac end of this, when there is no road, you're doing a U-turn, just indicate right as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Steering operation. This one actually you need to be a little bit careful. It's a lot of times you are steering with one hand. When you're moving the steering wheel more than one rotation, actually more than a half, you have to use both hands to steer.
Don't you usually know?
When you did the cul-de-sac U-turn,
was another.
remember when there was a rental car parked on the side?
Yeah.
We went forward, you didn't have enough space, so you reversed. You did the full lock with one hand.
But my hand has to be here.
No, you have to use both hands only when you're doing a straight line reverse. You can use one hand.
Okay.
But when you're doing a lot of the steering has to rotate all the way, you cannot do that with one hand. You have to use both hands.
So like when we did the 3-point turn, I should have been two hands? Okay.
Use
Okay.
both hands.
Okay.
So even 3.10, yeah, that's why it's two points.
Right.
Anyway, any questions with this?
No. So have to know where my headlights are. Have to practice that intersection, the Toowong roundabout.
Yeah. If you can fix the traffic lights and maybe that U-turn, I think if you knew how to do it, this is actually very easy to do.
Yeah.
You just need to make sure the way you do the U-turn is like this is a two-way street.
Okay.
So you stop here, you go forward. But when you are here, you need to give way to anyone coming.
Yeah, okay.
So that's why it's a critical error, because we actually failed to give way to that guy.
Yeah, okay. So, but if I've started moving and I see someone, I have to go across.
Stop.
Okay, stop. Okay.
When the rule says that when you're doing a U-turn, you need to stop for other road users.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what the rule says.
Okay, sure.
Because he has started to move, so you need to stop actually.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Any other questions?
So you said if you do it from there, would you just go boop, like that? You said you could do it from
Usually they
another
ask
way?
the one from here.
There? So you just...
You go like that.
Ah, okay.
50, don't go back to.
Okay. Sure. Thank you so much for your feedback.